Can an LLC change ownership? Yes, an LLC can change ownership, but the process and requirements depend on the LLC's operating agreement and the laws of the state where it was formed. Ownership changes in an LLC typically involve transferring membership interest or removing members. 1. Check the operating agreement. Most LLCs have an operating agreement that outlines the rules and procedures for transferring ownership. Review this document to determine whether ownership transfers are allowed, any restrictions or requirements, approval from other members. Second, types of ownership changes. Transfer of membership interest. A current member transfers all or part of their ownership interest to another individual or entity. Adding a new member. A new person or entity becomes an owner by purchasing or being granted an ownership interest. Removing a member. A member sells or forfeits their ownership interest, or they are removed according to the terms in the operating agreement. 3. Steps to change ownership. Step 1. Review state laws and operating agreements. State laws govern LLCs, and these laws must be followed if the operating agreement doesn't specify ownership change procedures. Step 2. Obtain member approval. Ownership changes often require approval from the majority or all members, as specified in the operating agreement. Step 3. Draft a transfer agreement. Create a written agreement that details the terms of the transfer, including the percentage of ownership being transferred, the payment amount, if applicable, any additional conditions. Step 4. Update the operating agreement. Amend the operating agreement to reflect the new ownership structure. Include the names of the new members and their ownership percentages. Step 5. Notify the state. File any required amendments with the state's business registration agency, such as changes to the articles of organization or a statement of information. Step 6. Update tax and financial records. Update the LLC's tax records with the IRS by filing Form 8832 if the LLC's tax classification changes. Notify any financial institutions and update bank account signatories if applicable.